The 20th LSPR Theatre Festival proudly presents Class 21-9A, The Murders in the Air.
Good evening to our honorable guests. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to St. John Palace Theatre. Billy St. John fell in love with theatre when he made his stage at 14 in a community theatre production. Billy St. John has produced more than 50 plays. Tonight, we're going to show you one of Billy St. John's production. Take your seat and please enjoy the show. The St. John Palace Theatre proudly presents Murders in the Air.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, everyone. Good evening. I'm Fina Paper and I directed tonight's play. But the circumstances in our production are a little unusual. But I was very flattered when Mr. Billy St. John, who wrote Murders in the Air, contacted me and asked me to direct his play's premiere production. Well, it was a work in progress. Well, it was very exciting to be the part of creating a brand New York. To tell you the truth, it put quite strain on me, the playwright, and the cast. Got that right! Shh! Actors should be unseen and unheard until the curtains open. Shh! Sorry about that, but the fact is, the cast and I are feeling a little bit nervous about the show because this show isn't quite finished. But don't worry, we have to go on. The show must go on. As somebody once said, I don't know who said it, I forget. I'm really sorry. So, anyway, most of characters have great motives to kill, and you'll see who. But the thing is, Mr. St. John couldn't decide it which character should be the murdered. So the cast, the crew, and I are here. We are determined to provide an entertaining show for you, even if it kills us. Yeah, I'm sorry. So, anyway, in the first act, you'll discover which characters have great motive to murder someone, and for the second act, you will know who is the murderer. Yeah, at least that's what will happen. It got very hard and confusing during rehearsals. I've got to stop talking and let's begin. Are you ready, cast?
As ready as we're gonna be.
Okay, then let's do it. Places, sounds ready, lights ready, sounds on.
Nancy, please! You know Mrs. Starkweather is resting in her bedroom just through that doorway. You mustn't startle her.
I'm sorry, Miss Withers, but you startled me.
My apologize. But a sudden shock in Mrs. Starkweather's medical condition could prove fatal. Remember that, girl.
Yes, ma'am. I guess this terrible storm makes me a little edgy.
Yes, it is a tempestuous evening. I presume all of the guests have been shown to their rooms, right?
Yes, ma'am. Well, all but Mrs. Starweather's granddaughter, Miss Simona III, is a long drive from her college. And the storm... You know...
I hope we can start without her. It's already past Mrs. Starkweather's bedtime, and she must have her sleep.
I assure you, Miss Withers, the room is spotlessly clean.
I certainly hope so. Mrs. Starkweather asthmatic condition make the merest mode of dust potentially lethal.
I served as Mrs. Starkweather's housekeeper for so many years before you came here, Miss Withers, and I don't need you to tell me how to do my job. You brought the coffee,
It's right here on the table, Mrs. Trent.
then go back to the kitchen and help me with the rest of the refreshment.
Yes, ma'am.
Mrs. Starkweather gave specific instruction that she wishes everyone to be present at the drawing room at 8 o'clock sharp. I'll fetch the guests from the rooms.
Mrs. Starkweather will be ready. I'm coming, Mrs. Starkweather.
The others are coming down. Miss Van Zandt informed me that Mrs. Starkweather wishes the staff to be present as well.
She wanted the servants here?
Precisely. Even Rufus. Had I been informed this fact sooner? Be that as it may, I shall summon him then.
Why would Mrs. Talweathers want the servants to be here?
Do you remember what I told you when you came to work here?
Yes, ma'am. Do as you're told and don't ask questions.
Exactly, stick to that.
I don't got all the cars parked in the garage, Mrs. Trent, like you told me.
As I told you, why waste my breath? Why did you enter through the front door, Rufus? I've told you a million times that servants never enter through the front door.
Okay, it's raining out there.
I'm aware of that. Now it looks like you're part of Starkweather's family.
I am.
Go out back the way you can and maneuver yourself around the back door. Do you think you can manage that? And when the final guest, Miss Young Simon arrives, I'll summon you so you can park the car.
While I'm waiting, I'll sit by the stove and see when I can go.
Don't be impertinent, Rufus.
How can I be when I don't know what it means?
Just do as you're told. Go back to the kitchen and wait there until I call for you. Not that way. Have you forgotten already?
Nope, but I was hoping you had.
That boy is an idiot.
I heard that, Mrs. Trent.
Oh dear, I never know what to wear on special occasion. Isn't it, Jordan?
I suppose so, when you consider that most of the time she treats us like lepers.
You think Simona treat us like jungle cats? Her.
Not leopards, mom, but the lepers. Just forget it. Don't worry, mom. You look fine.
Thank you, son.
I will tell you one thing. If we should inherit this mausoleum, the first thing we'll do is call up the Adams family and let them rest on the market.
Counting chickens, are we?
Friend, we didn't see you. And your attractive young helper there.
Nancy's a nice girl, and I mean for her to stay that way.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
I doubt that.
I don't understand.
I believe that, Miss Fiona. Why don't you have a seat and we'll bring you coffee?
Coffee? That sounds nice. It's a little damp in here.
That's because it's a lot damn out there. How do you take your coffee?
My mom prefer her black. I like mine sweet, so I will flavor it myself.
Whatever.
Thank you, Jordan. Ooh, what a lovely actor. These are delicious.
Glad you like them.
You're looking very pretty tonight, Nancy.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, that makes me feel so old as great Auntie Simona. Just call me Jordan.
She'll call you Mr. Starkweather. The way proper maid should. And if anyone calls you another name, it will be me. And you don't want to know which one I'm thinking.
Friend, you never change.
Neither do you. More's the pity.
Ew, my goodness, Katie. I don't see how you all can stand living out here in the boonies, away from fine restaurant, movie, shopping centers. Why? I will get so depressed if I just sit down and weep.
Oh, it's not that bad, Paula. I stay here during the week and go to my apartment in town most weekends.
Oh, I'm so relieved to hear that.
I work for a large corporation before work for her. And believe me, this position is much nicer.
Oh, what you have here? Two rays of sunshine to dispel the gloom. You look beautiful, ladies.
I swear, Cousin Jordan, you are a rogue and a charmer.
I do my best. Won't you join us?
Have you sit over here? You'll be safer and we'll bring you coffee.
Oh, thank you, Trent. And I take mine black.
Not mind them with lots of cream and sugar. I must admit, I have an enormous sweet tooth.
Maybe that's what causes that corn syrup accent.
Oh, and how are you this evening, Auntie Fiona?
What? Oh, I'm very well. Thank you, Paula.
That's just pity, I swear. I don't know why we don't see more of one another. It seems like the only time we get together is for somebody's funeral.
Well, aren't all funeral for somebody?
Shame on you, don't be more with Cousin Jordan. I'm glad this weekend an exception to the rule. For one, no one is dead.
Far away.
Jordan?
Oh, nothing. It's just when Great Auntie Simona wanted my mom and me come here for the weekend. At first, I assumed you were going to say she had passed on.
You wish.
I started to pick my new black dress.
It was a natural assumption. I mean, she is up in years and in a bad health. I was relieved to find out the old girl is still with us. Of course.
Teddy darling, I bet you know why Great Auntie Simona deserves a present. Come on, tell.
Okay, so Miss Fanzan will go into the particulars, but I believe Mrs. Starkweather wishes to discuss about her will.
Really?
By the way, where is Cousin Simona? Shouldn't she be here too?
When I contacted her last week, she said that she could make it, but apparently she's going to be late.
If we are talking about the will, she should be here. After all, she's Great Auntie Simona's only grandchild.
Yeah. And she will probably get everything.
Cut! It's not right. Excuse me a minute. I hate to interrupt. You're doing really great, guys. You really are. But I have to explain a little bit about this family tree. Okay, let's start with the old Simona Starkweather, whom you meet shortly have only one granddaughter named Simona Starkweather III. Simona Starkweather have older brother named Paul Starkweather, who married and produced one daughter named Bella. And you must be know this pretty girl, aren't you? Yes, she is Paula Thompson, the daughter of Bella. And Simona Starkweather also have a younger brother named John, who married and produced one son named Ezra, who married Fiona over here, and they have handsome son over here named Jordan. Okay, that's all I want to explain. Thank you guys for listening. Jordan, let's continue.
Yeah, and she will probably get everything.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to introduce Mrs. Starkweather's new detective. You must be know Kathy, right? She's the new detective.
Can't believe it.
That's why I am the perfect detective.
You got it, Paul, the private kind.
What is happening, dear?
She is a detective, mother.
A detective? How exciting!
So, you are a private investigator? Wow, you're surprising me.
Great. So I did my job very well.
1 point for you, girl.
Kathy and I have corresponded for some time by mail and fax on Mrs. Starkweather's behalf. Anyway, is that seat taken? No? I'll park it here.
And I expect you to remain unobtrusive, Rufus.
I sure will as soon I find a dictionary and look it up.
Just sit there by the fire and keep quiet.
By the fire, glad to. My backside is still kind of soggy.
I keep an eye on you.
I can't wait, Mrs. Tran.
If all is in readiness, Miss Fanzan, I shall inform Mrs. Starkweather.
Yes, thank you, Trent.
Mrs. Tran, can I move now?
Rufus, stay there.
To think I was once surrounded by presidents and kings. Mom would have shrunk to this and full of relatives and meager stuff of hired help.
Here you are, Mrs. Starkweather.
Go!
I'll be right there if you need me.
Where is Simona, my granddaughter?
Oh, we presume she's on her way, Mrs. Starkweather.
Can wait for her.
Good evening, great Auntie Simona. You're looking well.
Are you blind, boy? Or just habit to a liar?
I was only making a pleasant try, Auntie.
You've always been smooth on Jordan. But that doesn't cut any ice with me. You're nothing but a greedy old person, this boy. I ought to know. I was one myself at your age.
Then I guess it runs in the family.
You have a point. Well, Fiona, you look the same.
Thank you, Auntie Simona.
It wasn't necessarily meant as compliment.
Great Auntie Simona, you are awful.
At my age, with my money, I can afford to say exactly what I think, and I do. And how is my little Georgia peach?
Little Olmi, I'm just peachy, Auntie.
Would you care for some coffee, Mrs. Starkweather?
She mustn't have any. The caffeine will keep her awake and affect blood pressure.
Apparently, I won't be having any, Nancy. You heard my keeper.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone aspires to live to ripe old age. And for what? To be kept alive by machines and medicines? To be prevented by enjoying so much of life's little pleasures? Like a cup of coffee?
You mustn't excite yourself, Mrs. Starkweather.
You see, I'm not even allowed to feel any strong emotions.
That's a bummer.
But if I sucks in Clay Rufus, old age is a bummer.
Glad you like it.
And I won't have to remain a prisoner in this weak old body much longer. There's only one thing I hate to leave behind. My money.
You know what?
So, several years ago, I had Lois here to draw up my will. I suppose you'd like to know how I provided for you, my heirs.
I, for one, I'm just a teensy bit curious.
A teensy bit, huh?
What happened? I was afraid something like this would happen. Here, Mrs. Starkweather, breathe deeply. See what you've done?
Me? I didn't.
Should somebody call an ambulance?
We can't. There is no surface here.
It's alright. She just lost her breath. She just needs to breathe pure oxygen for a few moments.
Very well. This is the will Mrs. Starkweather was referring to. As you know, she has been a phenomenally successful businesswoman for many years.
I never know it.
If I may continue, Mrs. Starkweather's fortune is now worth in the neighborhood of $50 billion.
If I know that, I will ask for a raise for sure.
And it essentially bequeaths $1 million each to her household staff. Mrs. Strand, her housekeeper, Miss Withers, her nurse, Nancy Pollard, yes, her maid, and Rufus Jones, her handyman.
Just forget the raise, Miss Lois.
And the rest of the money is to be divided equally among of her surviving relatives. They are the granddaughter Simona the Third. Oh, she's not here. All right. So her niece Fiona Starkweather and her son Jordan Starkweather, who shared one third, and her great niece Paula Thompson.
Isn't this nice?
I knew you would do right best, great auntie.
I know you got mad when Mama married Southern boy, Great Auntie Simona, but you two must agree on one thing. Blood is thicker than water.
I bet Miss Withers could tell you even it is.
And I have another announcement to make. As of tomorrow, this will becomes invalid.
Invalid? What?
What does invalid mean?
It means no good.
I got a gadget. That's invalid.
Miss Van Zandt, Miss, we're not getting the money, you fool.
Oh no, I won't be buying that big screen TV. I was thinking, but after all,
Why did you decide to disinherit us, Great Auntie Simona?
Found a better use for my money. And oh, I didn't cut you out entirely. All of you in the old will get $50,000 each.
50,000 out of my 50 billions?
Lois advised me it would be a good idea to leave you a little something.
She is a detective. What did hire her to do?
Okay. So, Mrs. Starkweather hired me to conduct an investigation on the quiet. And for 6 months, I flown to a dozen or more foreign countries to checking out some of the world's most brilliant scientists. And I succeed finding one in Belgium. Let's call him Dr. X, who agreed to do what she desires to, which is to clone herself.
Clone?
Oh my goodness!
That's insane.
What a nonsense!
You must be kidding!
It's immoral!
I don't understand.
good. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Those blood and skin samples you had me prepared, the one you said would be explanatory specialist? I thought you were trying to find a cure.
I was. Not a cure for my various ailments, but a cure for dying. And I did find it.
It's not right.
There's neither here nor there. A lot of you seems to be displeased. And not because of the moral questions, but because of your change of fortune. No doubt, I will be the first person on earth to become my own heir.
If you excuse us, I need to check Mr. Starkweather's blood pressure.
Why don't you take it right here?
Mrs. Starkweather's arms are too frail, and she have enough excitement for one evening. Nancy, can you help me?
I guess our meeting is concluded unless anyone has any question.
Me? What the hell was that all about?
It's simple, Rufus. Great Auntie Simona was to leave us all a fortune. But she changed her mind. Instead, she decided to clone herself.
What does clone mean?
It means to take some cells from a person's body and create a duplicate of the original.
They can do that? That's great. When Mrs. Starkweather passes away, maybe I can get a job working for the new Mrs. Starkweather. I see money.
The new Mrs. Starkweather will have to be born and grow up. It goes against the law of nature. How?
It has all been arranged. Once Dr. X has created the new life, the cells will be implanted to host mother who will carry the child to term.
Host mother? Who?
Me.
What?
You what? I'll make a good mother for little Simona.
How could you consider being a part of this travesty?
The new will places Mrs. Starkweather's fortune into a trust fund. Once she's crowned, the fortune will be turned over to her.
And the kid will look, think, and act like Simon Starkweather. And by the time she's an old woman, she could make those billions into trillions.
But for what purpose? To leave it to another clone until there's a Simon Starkweather with enough money and power to rule the world?
We didn't discuss it, Mrs. Strand, but you might will be right.
I can't believe you condone such madness. If you both will join me, I wish to speak to both of you in the kitchen.
It might be kinda nice hearing the little feet around the house.
Shut up, Rufus.
Katie and I will retire to my room.
Hey, wait a minute. How come nobody asked me if I want to carry the baby? I could do it.
You're Mrs. Starkweather's bloodkin, Paula. It wouldn't be proper.
Proper? You agree with the clone process and now you're worried about being proper?
Hey, cool it, kid. Mrs. Starkweather has made up her mind, and I get the feeling whatever the old woman wants, she gets.
Succinctly put, Miss Collins.
I'll go upstairs and pack. After Mrs. Starkweather has signed the new will, I won't have any reason to hang around.
Night.
We were robbed!
We were.
Yes, mother.
It was mean.
The woman is a monster. Did you see evil glint in her eye? I wish you were dead. I wish the old god dropped dead tonight.
It was server, right?
Wait. If Auntie Simonadi died tonight, then we get all of our money. Wouldn't we, my dears?
Okay, it's enough for today. Let's get rest, mom.
Okay.
A penny for your thoughts. That's all I can afford to pay now.
Mrs. Starkweather.
This is Jordan, remember? At least when Trent the Dragon Lady is not around.
I thought everyone had gone to bed.
I was going to turn in, but I got an urge for midnight snack.
I'll fix you something.
Never mind. What are you doing up?
Mrs. Trent sent me here to make sure that the fire screen was properly closed, so there is no sparks blow out under the rock.
And burn Starkweather Mansion to the ground? Maybe that would be such a bad idea.
You shouldn't talk like that. You know Mrs. Starkweather is an invalid. How could
You read my mind.
Jordan!
God, you call me by my first name, Nancy.
You mustn't even suggest such a thing. It's wicked.
Why would that surprise you? Everyone knows that I'm the black sheep in the family. If it happened tonight, you will have a millions and I have a billions. Just think of good times we could have together.
Don't!
It's a tempting thought. Admit it.
It's not. It's a horrible idea.
Which part? Getting the money or you and me together?
The part about the money.
What about us?
I...
Nancy, I thought you were going to help me to make something.
I'm just checking the French door, Miss Louise, to make sure they are locked.
I see. And Jordan, what are you doing here as well?
I came down for a snack and when I saw Nancy, I stopped for a little chat. What are you doing here, Lois?
I couldn't sleep, besides I'm hungry. I thought I heard someone in here, so I came in to check. So if you're hungry, you can come with me. I'll find you something.
Yeah, anything you say, Lois.
Finish checking, then come give me a hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Mrs. Trent! I thought I heard someone come in.
It was just me.
I see. So what are you doing with that axe, Mrs. Trent?
It's like this. I remember chopping wood for the fire this afternoon, and I forgot to put it back.
But why you bring it to the living room?
I said I forgot, and now I'm on my way to put it back. You
no.
fool!
Ah!
He really is fool. Nancy! Aren't you finished in here yet?
I need to make everything alright.
Well, hurry up, girl. I want you in the kitchen.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't dawdle. She's weird. Miss Thompson!
Mrs. Strand, you gave me a fright.
I suppose I should be grateful if you didn't shoot me. What on earth are you doing? Roaming in the house in the middle of the night with a gun in your hand?
Don't worry, I know how to handle a gun. I couldn't sleep, so I thought I would clean it. I was going to look in the kitchen for some oil.
I doubt if you'll find what you need in there. Do you ever carry that thing around with you?
I take it everywhere I go. He taught me to be brave when I was 10. A girl can to be careful, right?
Well, I don't think you have anything to worry about at Starkweather's mansion. It's really far from the nearest town. No one ever come out this way.
You know, since Great Auntie Simona is so sick and all, it's wonder why somebody hasn't tried to steal something. With her bedroom being on the ground floor, anybody could just break on his friend's door and walk into her room. And who knows what?
Like shoot her.
Yeah, it could happen. Moreover, in her condition, how could she defend herself?
Don't worry. Wither's on her side. They shall frighten away any intruders.
Mrs. Strand, you are awful. By the way, where does she sleep?
The room beyond Mrs. Starkweather's, so she can hear her when she rings her bell.
So they are the only one who sleep downstairs?
Yes. Why do you ask?
Nothing. Just curious.
You know what they said. Curiosity killed the cat.
Yes, if you will excuse me.
Wouldn't it be ironic if someone did break in tonight, oval night, and
Mrs. Towler,
Nancy, you frightened me to death!
I apologize. May I ask what kind of pills are those?
Digitalis. For my heart. I have a heart condition. Maybe you should take two.
Digitalis. Doesn't that speed up one's heart rate?
Yeah, my little heart is just pumping away.
Perhaps the single dosage will be sufficient, and overdose could prove fatal, right?
Extremely fatal. I suppose fatal is fatal. Just like that is that. Don't you agree?
Completely. May I inquire why you brought it into the living room?
Why? That's a very good question. But why did I bring them down here? Why? Why? Oh, I remember. I was going to show Miss Wheeler and ask her to get me free samples of digitalis.
But it looks that your bottle was full already.
Yeah, but it never hurts to plan ahead. I had better to pick them up.
Allow me to assist you.
Nurse Withers?
Starkweather, what are you doing on the floor with Nancy?
Picking up my pills. I dropped my digitalis.
Ma'am, wasn't there something you want to ask Miss Withers?
What's there?
The digitalis.
Oh, yeah. Miss Withers, do you have any manufacturer's samples of digitalis? I have a heart condition. I like to keep supply handy.
I can see why you would. I'm sorry, Mrs. Starkweather, but I'm fresh out of spare drugs. Your aunties requires every pill.
We better gather up all of mine. Will you help us, my
I
dear?
suppose.
Is this kind of a private game?
Miss Collins, we're picking up my pills.
Is that it?
Yeah?
How fast?
Let me give you this, Mrs. Starkweather. I really must return to my duties.
And here are mine.
Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
If you excuse me.
Miss Withers, how's the boss?
Bossy? See what I mean?
I too shall excuse myself.
Well,
Mrs. Starkweather, you're kind of late.
I couldn't sleep. What about you, Miss Collins?
Oh, I'm a real night owl. Besides, I was hoping young Simona would show up. I haven't met her yet.
Simona's a sweet woman. I do hope she's alright. I'm in the storm and all.
I hope so.
I'll go back to my room and lie down.
Good night again, Mrs. Starkweather.
Good night, Katie.
You're up to Miss Collins.
Lois? Yeah, and I'm not the only one. There seems to be more traffic passing through Starkweather Mansion at midnight.
I know what you mean. I've been hearing footsteps go past my bedroom door all evening. I'm not surprised though.
Between us, Miss Fanzan, this clothing business, how do you feel about it?
I'm a lawyer, Miss Collins. I'm paid to think, not feel.
Right. Wait. Do you finish the will?
Yes, the new will is finished. She can sign it now. There's no reason for it.
Yes. That nurse was in here a minute ago, and I heard Mrs. Starkweather ring her bell for her.
In that case, there's no reason she can sign it now.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
All right, good. I'll go up to my room. What in the world?
Oh, the circuit breaker must have tripped.
But the storm passed hours ago.
I know. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I'll find Rufus and have him show me where the man breaker is.
Good, I'll let her know. We're taking care of it. It's all right, Mrs. Starkweather. I will. Mrs. Starkweather? Oh, no, Mrs. Starkweather.
Hello? Is anyone here? Mrs. Trent! Rufus! Anybody?
Nancy, I think there's something wrong with Mrs. Starkweather. I don't know where that nurse is.
Oh no, Mrs. Starkweather!
No. Perhaps she just fainted. We need lights. No way. Mrs. Starkweather!
Happened. Someone struck me.
It's Mrs. Starkweather. Help her.
Can you help me?
Yes, sure.
I heard scream.
She's dead.
No way.
Someone put the blood pressure cuff around her neck and pumped the pressure up to the maximum. Mrs. Starkweather have been strangled to death.
Everyone in this room on the top 10 list.
What?
Let's seriously.
Those drops on her robe? Is that blood?
clearly to conclude that.
What else could it be?
I'll handle it. I'm detective, remember? Miss Withers, what can you tell us?
I went to my room and lay down across my bed. A few minutes later, the lights went out.
I noticed that too.
Mrs. Starkweather started ringing her bell. I was lighting a candle when someone struck me with a heavy object. I must have blackout. When I came to, the lights went on and...
It's okay. You can take it from there.
What do we do now?
Someone will have to drive into town and report there is a murder in Starkweather Mansion.
Murder?
Maybe the old woman did herself in. Or maybe not.
What's that? What's that?
Let me check it. Young Mrs. Simona,
Hi, Rufus.
you made it, and girl, we have a surprise for you.
Wasn't that the most diabolical murder she just ever saw? Don't you just love it? And without further ado, let's continue. The conclusion of Murders in the Air.
I believe grandmother is dead.
There's no doubt about it. You saw the body.
Grandmother, if I had got here sooner, then maybe...
How do we know you didn't get here sooner?
What?
For all we know, you could have arrived hours ago, park your car out of sight and slip into the house and kill the lights.
That's ridiculous! Why would I kill her? My only one grandmother!
I say a third of $50 billion fortune is a pretty good reason to knock somebody off.
But I didn't know about the new will. And I wasn't here when grandmother revealed that crazy cloning scheme you told me about.
Lady, it's easy enough to hide outside the French door and eavesdrop everything.
Why would I hide? I was expected here. I told you what happened.
Tell me again.
All right. Rain was lashing the windshield, so I could barely see. The wind was snapping branches and flinging them against my car. It was like driving through the hurricane. I had to stop, but the stream had torn the bridge to pieces. Luckily, I found a dead tree, managed to walk across it. Apparently, I got here just after grandmother was murdered.
That's a good story, but it sounds rehearsed.
Not nearly enough. It is the truth. I swear it.
Maybe, but I'm still not crossing you off my suspect list.
Who else do you have on that list, Miss Collins?
Some all of you. What? Except Miss Fanzan.
Take my will if you like. My mom and I will pass.
So will I. Nothing personal, of course.
Of course.
Miss Collins, what do we do now?
I'll have you to drive me to town. I'll report everything to the police. And once a homicide detective assigned to this case, I'm out of here.
But you're detective too. And you were right here when the murder occurred. You have a
Sorry.
better chance of solving the murder than anyone else.
You know that Mrs. Starkweather was dead. I'm off the barrel.
I'll hire to stay. But I won't have the money to pay you till I get my portion.
Head over. Drop you down to the bottom of the suspect list.
How can we help, Miss Collins?
First, I have to question everyone about their whereabouts when Mr. Starkweather was murdered.
Establish everyone's alibis.
Right. Also, I need to know anything all of you and the staff might have seen or heard during the last few hours.
Clues.
You got that. Motive, alibis, and clues. That was the detective have to work with. The motive in this case were so obvious, but the other element turned yet.
That sounds like a good plan to me. Whom do you want to start with, Miss Collins?
How about you, Miss Thompson?
Me?
Do you mind being first?
I'm awfully tired, but if I have to...
Hey, you don't have to, Paula. None of us do.
What is happening here?
Miss Collins is not a police officer. We don't have to tell her.
You're right, Jordan. But why would you refuse to cooperate? Unless you have something to hide.
Don't start accusing me unless you can prove it.
Oh, Simona has a point. Or do you want me to tell the cops that everyone is cooperating, except you?
All right, I will answer a dumb question. But first, let me take my mom upstairs for rest.
Oh, thank you, Jordan.
Don't get excited, mother. Do you need your digitalis?
No, but if I did 1 or 2 pills under the sofa, I had an accident with my pill bottle.
Hey, you can call me when you're ready for us.
I assume you want to question everyone in private, Miss Collins.
Thank you, Lois.
You're welcome.
I like to stay. Since I was in here earlier, hearing everyone's statement will give a clear picture of what happened tonight.
You're the boss now.
How long was that?
About several hours. Well, Miss Thompson, do you have anything occurring that time frame that might help us?
Okay, but first, I was very disappointed by Great Auntie Simona's announcement. As you might well imagine, I mean, I can understand if you want to clone like Angelina Jolie. Great Auntie Simona? No offense, cousin Simona, but your grandmother was not a very nice person. Anyway, I spent most of that time in my room, but I did come downstairs once on a little something. I was outside the kitchen door when I see Tran and little cute Nancy talking.
Nancy! What's the matter with you, girl? Did you leave your mind in the room? You haven't heard a word I said.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm so confused.
About what? Jordan be bothering you?
Jordan? I mean, Mr. Starweather? What makes you think that?
When I walked, I saw 2 of you in the living room standing mighty close together. Real lovey-dovey like. What was he saying to you?
I think you want me to...
To do something you didn't want to?
Yes, but it's not what you're thinking.
I'll bet. He'd better stay away from you.
Trent, no, he's not interested in me.
I got the picture. When you lost your million, he lost interest in you, didn't he? Don't be a fool, Nancy. Jordan will just use you and toss you aside like dozen other girls.
If Mrs. Starweather hadn't changed her will, Jordan will be free to...
Free to do what?
Nothing. If we were finished, I'd like to go to my room now.
Go on. Nancy, lock your door.
I've heard enough, Paula. Thank you, you can go back.
You're welcome.
And Paula, can you tell Miss Trent to calm down?
Sure.
Thank you, Paula. Trent, with her ex. You curious?
Yeah, I think she...
Do you call me?
Yes, please take a seat. So tell me, Miss Trent, do you have anything suspicious?
Suspicious? I suppose you'd call toting a gun around the house is suspicious, even though Mrs. Starkweather wasn't shot to death.
A gun? Who has a gun?
Paula Thompson, and she mentioned how easy it would be for someone to come to this French door and kill Mrs. Starkweather.
Right. Anything else?
I did overhear an odd conversation between Rufus and Mrs. Starkweather. I had gone upstairs to distribute candles to everyone in case of a power breaker, which turned out very useful, as you know. And I saw Mrs. Starkweather and Rufus at the far end, near the stairs.
Oh dear, do I have enough?
Mrs. Starkweather.
You scared me!
That's okay, ma'am. At our age, we do all our going sideways, don't we?
I certainly hope not. What are you doing at midnight?
It's now. I want to borrow TV set from guest room.
Whatever for.
I ain't sleepy, so I will watch some TV.
Why wasting my time?
You can say that again, whatever it means. Are them breath mean? I wouldn't mind a few.
You mustn't take these pills. They could kill you.
Oh. What would you put on their death certificate? Cause of that bad breath?
It isn't a laughing matter. I'll be careful with these pills.
Thank you, Tran. You can go back.
Auntie Fiona. This the list.
Miss Withers, do you have a minute?
Yes,
Please take a seat.
sure.
We need some information from you.
It's true, I was in a position to end Mrs. Starkweather's life in a way that will appear natural. But I swear, I didn't kill her. Moreover, with the blood pressure cuff, it would be a foolish decision I ever made.
The way she was dead. That makes no sense at all. Whoever did it.
It's like the killer was leading the game.
Tell me, Miss Withers, if you have to pick a likely suspect to be our murderer, who would it be?
That Thompson girl, her great niece. We've been told cousin Paula has a gun. See what I mean? I dare say she and Jordan were desperate to Mrs. Starkweather's billion. I overheard them talking earlier this evening. It was shortly after Miss Fanzone's announcement about the new mill. They didn't notice me in the corridor.
Well, what are we going to do?
Do what we can do. It's out of our hands.
Don't be such a whim, Cousin Jordan. That money rightfully belongs to us.
I know. Maybe we can break the new will if we have Great Auntie Simona declared insane.
I've thought of that, but it won't work. If money was just a wild theory, it probably could. But it isn't. It's been done. We will lose the case.
And probably spend the pittance we're going to inherit.
I'm thinking, if you can beat them, join them.
What is it?
Find yourself, Cousin Jordan. If you excuse me, I need to talk to the lawyer.
If you can beat them. Oh yeah.
Thank you for your time, Withers.
My pleasure.
Withers, tell Jordan to come down immediately.
Sure.
Why? Why both of them? They really want that money. Why?
Then we need to find the reasons.
Right. Sweet.
Hello, ladies. Looking for me?
Just sit, Cousin Jordan.
Just get to the point. What are you doing outside when Mrs. Starkweather was murdered?
Just getting breath of fresh air. Anything wrong with that?
No. If you just remain outside.
What do you mean?
You know, I noticed that Miss Withers had left the window inch to let in that fresh air. Somebody could climb in and...
Are you accusing me of killing Great Auntie Simona?
No, Jordan. I'm not accusing anybody yet.
Besides, from what we've heard, Cousin Jordan,
It seems like trying to con someone else into your biting is more your style.
Who told you that?
I question you answer, Jordan. Who do you think did this?
Look, I'm not saying she did it, but have you talked to that little mad Nancy?
Nancy?
Why her, cousin Jordan?
The girl has a crush on me. I flirt with the ladies a lot, but I did nothing to lead her on. I know she was upset about the new will. As I remember, when I strolled around the house and was outside the kitchen door, I saw Nancy talk to the Miss Withers.
Nancy, what are you doing with that knife in your hand?
Mrs. Trent sent me to order to whipping the knife. Can I do something for you, Miss Withers?
I need fresh water to put by Mrs. Starkweather's bedside.
That poor woman, I realized what you mean before when you say the silent shock could prove fatal.
Exactly.
The silent shock. Her bell.
I must go.
You can go back, Jordan.
That's all. And say what?
Thank you, Jordan.
That innocent girl holding a knife around the house. Oh, Nancy.
Miss Stowether, I think I need to tell you something.
Please take a seat.
We are ill, Nancy.
I was shocked when Mrs. Stowether included me in her will. I didn't think she even noticed me.
You know, you must have two surprises to hand you $1 million and discover it was being taken away.
3 surprises, actually. Now you're wealthy again.
Oh, Miss Stowether, I was thrilled when your grandmother was leaving me $50,000. With that, I can go to college like you and get a good education.
Who has been in your mind, Nancy?
I...
Jordan Starkweather, perhaps.
Who told you that?
Cousin Jordan himself, for one. He implied you might have been willing to kill for him. Not forget to mention that you have a knife in your hand.
He what? How could you say such a thing?
Sorry to hurt you, Nancy, but now you see what Jordan's really like.
I swear that I have nothing to do with Mrs. Stowether.
I hope so.
I think that's all that I want to talk about.
It's okay, Nancy. Thank you for your information and you can go back. And Nancy, can you tell Fiona to come down?
Sure.
Thank you.
Would you care for some coffee?
If you don't mind.
Auntie Fiona, can I get anything for you?
No, I'm fine. Miss Kathy, I want you to know that my Jordan couldn't have done. Oh, what was done to Auntie Simona? But Jordan in my room all evening.
You know that can't be right, Miss Fiona. He said himself that he went outside and I saw you here earlier with Nancy and Withers.
That's right. But last night, Jordan with me.
Maybe it was. Just get to the point. Do you recall anything suspicious?
Suspicious? Well, I saw Auntie Simona's body with the horrible on her neck. It was suspicious, right?
Katie means before that, Auntie Fiona.
Before. Let me think. I don't know what you mean, but
Yes?
I can't forget it. Let me think again.
okay, Fiona. You can go back. Thank you for your information.
You're welcome.
Any luck? It's all alright, but I wish I had more than this.
I was hoping we'll learn more from questioning the suspect.
You know what? They're too busy to make each other look so guilty. They don't reveal much about themselves. Maybe the slightest.
What is that?
Wait. This could find the killer if you want to know. Right. Simona, I know who's killed your grandmother.
Who?
I'll tell everyone. But call everyone to come down immediately.
Yes.
And tell them to bring their candles. Who is the killer? Have to find out.
It's very late or very early, Miss Collins. Why did you call us about this hour?
Okay, I know you're all very tired. I know I am. But I felt you would rest easier if you know who's the murderer. Right, I know, as I'm going to show you next few minutes. But first, I have to find something that bothered me from the beginning. Let's make it easy. Mrs. Starkweather was died because of the natural causes, like your suggestion. The simple way, Mrs. Starkweather or her son could have given of her digitally to make a trigger attack. But there is other possibilities. There's a lot of possibilities, like Nancy with her knife,
Me? Knife?
Paula Thompson with her gun,
Paula.
and Trent with her axe.
Me? What?
Those possibilities are endless. But why? Why the murderer have to put the pressure cup around her neck and inflate it until she's strangled to death?
Might want to ask what that is.
Obviously, when the pressure cup was around her neck, she's dead already.
You're really clever, Caddy.
Obviously. You know what? I know it was you. You were in here with me when the lights went out. And Mrs. Starkweather started to ring her bell. You're going to check her, and I'll find Rufus.
That's what I figured too.
But why would you put the cuff around her neck?
Because the murder made it appear that Mrs. Starkweather had a heart attack. Death to natural causes. There was no doubt in my mind, however, that someone in this house had killed her. I knew that under the circumstances, the coroner would have to do an autopsy nor the police. I wasn't about to let the murder get away scot-free, but I noticed the blood pressure cuff on the back, so I put it around her neck before implanted it and wheeling her into this room.
Brilliant.
Wait a minute. How do you know Miss Van Zandt didn't kill Great Auntie Simona herself?
There's no motive.
Don't keep us in suspense, Caddy. Tell us.
Right. I'll better do that. Everyone, bear with me.
What happened? It's so dark.
Everyone, please!
It's so dark.
Everyone, I need all of you to stay seated. Please come down. I imagine all of you still have the candles, right?
Yes.
Take them out, please. And light them.
Are we going to have candlelight dinner?
Just to the I examined Mrs. Starkweather's body, I found something that I thought it was blood on her bathroom. But once I checked it closer, it turned out into another substance. Then a few minutes, I found this
What is
that?
on the floor. This is a thin scraping of red tallow. This is the one that matched to the red drops on her bathroom. This could link to the murder. And this is the one red candle among you were holding Rufus!
There might have been other red candles, right?
There aren't. I remember that we'd have to buy some more red ones for next year.
Is that the only evidence you have to overlook the police?
No, Rufus. I had better proof than this. When everyone entered this room, I glanced at everyone's hands. And I saw a very thin stretch on your wrist. Oh, there's no doubt about it. It was made by her.
You figure out the main details anyway. I was furious with Mrs. Starkweather for building up our hopes and then dashing them to the ground. I thought that woman doesn't deserve to live. I told her what she was planning to do was monstrous. I told her she didn't deserve to live and I was going to kill her. Then I reached for the throat, she was terrified and slammed into her bedside table. It sent her lamp crashing to the floor and the pitcher of the water rack on top of it. When the water hit the lamp, it blew the circuit breaker.
So you didn't cause the blackout deliberately?
No, it nearly ruined everything, but I had a candle. I managed to light the candle. She made a fight back with one hand while she rang that bell to make a few insignificant scratches on my waist. As you notice, it caused me to spill those drop candle wax on her robe. I'm not sure if she died suffocation or heart attack. The old woman was unable to do much.
And what?
I put the mask back on her wheelchair and blew out the candle. Her back was to me, so I struck her with my candlestick. A few moments later, Louis screamed. So here I am.
Yeah, I know. And you're as shocked as everyone else when you see the pressure come on her neck, Rufus.
I would have loved to kill you to bury it. Back off, Johnny.
Fiona!
I'll tell you, Rufus. Back off.
Easy, Rufus. Right. You don't want to do something you might regret, right?
It's too late for that advice, Miss Colin.
Oh, Rufus. You'll never get away, Rufus.
I think I might.
Simona?
Ladies and gentlemen, please give big round of applause for Murders in the Year by 219A. Please come up to the stage, front of house personnel, Alicia Naiwanda, Cindy Awia, and Fiorence Hadiwana. Marketing and Publicity Team, Maria Ines, Jane Kristen, Nur Bening Langit, and Esther.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
Makeup and Wardrobe, Safera Suhaimi, Bella Priscilla, Johanna Sonia, and Putri Anissa.
still in your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after.
Sound designer team Marsha Nabila and Felia Felinda.
Cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's a picture in the pulpit and your blood devotion. There's something breaking at the brick of every wall. It's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you want to go?
Lighting designer team Albertus Pradana and Leticia Karina. Set designer and property team Galuh Okta, Natasha, and Dandi Raffi. Stage crew Rio, Raffin, and Talita. Stage manager Safira Zatil and Stefania Audrey. Please come up to the stage, the supporting cast. Wivina Asfina Cool Pepper. Luisa Yosia as Miss Withers. Margareta as Lois Van Zandt. Jovita as Nancy Pollard. Dea Anggita as Mrs. Grant. Jessica Agustina as Paula Trumsen. Febia Priani as Fiona Starkweather. Mahesa Jenner as Rufus Jones. Rafael Basiroan as Jordan Starkweather. Alma Talita as Simona Starkweather. And Fatimah Amanda as Katie Collins. Please come to the stage the director, Tania Monica. And also the production manager, Braxton Roosevelt. Last but not least, we would like to invite the assistant lecturer, Miss Greta Ariati Mulyo Santoso, along with the lecturer, Miss Patricia Vicky Sihombe. Murders in the Year, media partners by Info Campus, Event Banget, Info Fancy, Media Center, LSPR News, LSPR Radio, and LSPR TV. And we would like also thank you to Auditorium team. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Murders in the Year by Class 2198. Thank you and have a great night.
This is the moment you've waited for. Been searching in the dark, guess what's soaking through the floor? And buried in your bones, there's an